The reality is reality. Harsh or not harsh depends on our own expectation and definition. This sounds very simple, but many people don't get it. And this is the beginning of why there's so much suffering. The suffering comes from the inability to accept life as it is. Many of us make life harder than it actually is by causing more struggle to ourselves and to other people around us. And how does this happen? It comes from the inability to see the truth, the inability to see reality as it is. And I think this is a very interesting question because it leads us back to the origin of all the search for meaning and search for reasons and search for purpose to live in this reality. Many of us have been searching in career, love, power, and of course, we become more and more burdened and more stuck. Many of us think that, oh, life is so hard no matter what I do. Life is so hard no matter what I try. Now, even positive thinking is said to be, superficial. So, how else should I cope this life? So, the first and the last ability is to be able to see life as it is, to see reality as it is. When we are unable to see life as it is, what does that mean? It means that when we look at certain things, we interpret it with our own past experience or our hope for the future. What we are seeing is usually the story of our own past, the expectation of our own future, or something that we must get or something we must get rid of. This is how we make life become harder for us. Now, how do we do that? When we look at certain things and we're unable to see what it is for real, when we mistaken it for something else, because we have been taught like that, because we imagine it to be like that, because we use it to cover up certain habits, certain belief, or certain pain that we have buried in ourselves. Now, what happened is, of course, the action and the decision that we make can never be in line with reality. When it is not in line with reality, it becomes out of sync and costs us a lot of energy, which make it harder for us. When we see life as it is, our decision therefore is accurate, our action is therefore cost effective, and life become less painful. It doesn't mean that when we see life as it is, suddenly everything is beautiful according to our own wish. Many people think that developing a capacity to accept life, meaning that you have to make life more rosy than it is, more beautiful than it is, or more hopeful than it is. No, actually, that is also a delusion, and it also keep you trapped in a world that is unreal, in a world that not seen with clarity. The question is how to see life as it is, right? How to see life as it is without painting beautiful color on top of it. How to see life as it is so that we don't make it more difficult for ourselves or we don't make it worse than what it is. This is a question that start many questions. Now, the ability to see life as it is the ability to see through all the veil of logic, the veil of memory, the veil of expectation, the veil of hope, veil of dream. Why I say that is the ability to see through it, because it's not that we try to kill hope, kill dream, kill expectation, kill wants, kill the needs. No, we still have it because we are human and cannot deny this human experience. But we are able to see through these happenings of our mind, natural wants, natural needs. We can see through it and not be blocked by these veils. It's as if we can still enjoy the movie without being lost in the movie and being in pain with the characters' problems. See, we can watch someone having cancer, painful love, or the world, at the end of the world, but we can still enjoy it very much. Why? Because we can see through all these effects, we can see through all these emotions that we're having. We can cry in the theater, we can cry for the character, we cry for real, but in the back of our mind, we know this is just a movie. Pure seeing, or ability to see everything as it is actually the ability to see not through the logical mind, independence from all the happenings of the heart and the mind and the logic. This is an innate nature of everyone. We are actually born with pure awareness and pure seeing. As we grow up, we learn to use our mind to imagine, to calculate, to conclude, uh, to analyze, and to create. Now, this is very good function of the mind and very good skill to have. But over the time, we become addicted to this skill and forget the ability to see life as it is. Many people also question that if we see things with pure awareness, does that mean that we no longer have emotion? Does that mean that we no longer have the ability to think, to make plan, to remember, to imagine, to create? No, not at all. In fact, what we have is best of both worlds. Not only we can imagine, we can calculate, we can use these skills to the maximum, but also we can put it down, let it rest, not run after it or be controlled by it like a maniac, like an addict who is dependent on this tool. So the relationship between ourselves and our mind changed from that of the mind being the master and we were slave for it. It changed to we are the master and the mind is just our useful tool. We can put it down and see life as it is. And when we need, we use the skill.